Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Thrills here, and today I'm going to teach you guys how to make those really cool 3D profile pictures. Okay guys, so really quickly, I'm trying to hit 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So subscribe if you like the video. I also make really cool content like these videos, so go check them out. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, so literally the first thing you're going to do is you'll see the screen and you just click anywhere. It'll get rid of it, and then you'll see camera, cube, light. You can just drag and get rid of all of those by right clicking and pressing delete. Now what you're gonna do here is you can press your scroll wheel and just drag around, scroll to zoom out. And when you actually want to move, you can press this hand and then move your mouse around. So to actually get your character in, you're gonna wanna go to File, Append, and go to your folder where you have all of your models stored. All models can be found in the description as well as HDRIs. I'll go to Renegade Raider, then you want to go to Object, and then drag everything and press Append. Now you're gonna kind of probably be confused about what's going on here. All you want to do is go to the circle, just press that, it'll become normal, and then you can just zoom out. There you go, now we have our character here. Again, we're kind of stuck, so we can press the hand tool and drag up. Now we can see our character. And now what we want to do from here is basically, to create the actual profile picture, we really only need the waist up, so we won't focus on the legs, but mainly it's all about the facial expressions and what the hands are doing. Now you'll see a lot of people, their profile pictures, they will be holding a weapon. So what we're going to do is we're going to find, let's say, a pump shotgun right here. Append, Object, just highlight them over. Now it might be very, very small, which is what I think happened here. Yeah, it's going to be very, very small. But actually what we can do is press this one and just drag out. Keep dragging out until it seems about a good size. Now it's probably a bit too big. So we're going to drag that down a bit, and that seems fine. So then this tool is for rotating. So I can rotate it like that or like that. And this one is for moving. And usually we're going to do a pretty generic pose. The pose that most people do is where they just hold the shotgun like this. So we're going to put the shotgun in the spot that we want it to be in. Kind of angled up, maybe it curved a little bit like that. And then to the side. And then what we want to do here is click on these lines. And then you want to click on object mode and go to pose mode. And then from here, we can press the rotation tool. Click on each line. Each line is actually a different part of the body. So you see that this is the shoulder bone, I guess. And that will control the rest of the arm. So what we want to do now is just, make it look as natural as possible. And one way to do that is to actually imagine yourself holding it. So if I wanted to think about how I'd hold a shotgun, put one hand like this, one hand like that. And then I guess model it over yourself. So if I'm like that, then I'll take my left hand and, I'll go maybe something like that. So we will go like this. A bit more out, and then take the elbow bone and angle it like that. For arms, legs, anywhere but the face, you're mainly going to use the rotation tool. Obviously with some exceptions, but most of the time you're going to want to use the rotation tool only. Getting the facial expression is probably the hardest thing to do when making a thumbnail. But again, it's really just all about practice. Okay, so just to preface, I spent almost no time making this, and you guys should probably make it a lot more detailed. But for all intents and purposes, this is good enough. Okay, so what you want to do is get the camera. Now, position it to where you want it to be. And if it's too small, you can always just expand it. And you're going to want to position this exactly where you want the camera to be looking at. So I feel like that's a bit too zoomed in. And the purpose of this is because this is going to be what your render looks like. So if you look into the camera, that is actually what your render is going to look like. There you go, that's perfect. Okay, so now you're going to want to go to this little camera icon, go to render engine, put that to cycles. Now, if you have a better CPU, put CPU. If you have a better GPU, put GPU compute. For me, I think that they're both decent, but then from here, I put mine usually to 900. Depending on how good of a computer you have, you can put it to a different number. Obviously, the higher, the more intensive it will be. But the higher the number, the better the render will come out, the longer it will take as well. Okay, so from here, you want to drag this bar up. It'll look like this. So, just drag this up, then click on the clock and go to shader editor. From here, all you want to do is go to object and then go to world. Now you will see this. And from here, all you want to do is go to add, search, and search for environment texture. Place that and then drag color to color. Go to open and find your HDRIs. Again, can be found in the description. I'm going to use the Delta HDRI because that's the one that I would normally use. And now we can press this button and we'll see what it looks like while rendered. Now the background is not very good, so we will add some extra lighting, and as well, to get rid of the background, we can go to this camera, we go to film and click transparent. Now the lighting will stay the same, but the background will be gone. So I actually decided to use approaching storm this time. I feel like it looks a bit more natural, but again, use whatever you want. Okay, so the lighting is good on this one, but I want to make it a bit better, so we can go back to this. Press the middle scroll wheel to get out. And now what we want to do is go to add, go to cube, and we're going to expand this a bit. Now we're going to shrink it so it looks like this. A bit more. There we go. Make sure it's about the height of your character, it doesn't have to be exact. And we're going to put it from this side. And then we're going to go to object, new. You can just delete this. And then go to add and go to emission. Now drag emission to surface and we can up that. That will just help the lighting a bit. Now we're basically done here. So we can go to render, render image, and wait. Okay, so once this is done, you can go to image, save as, and save it to wherever you want. And now what we need to do is we need to go into Photoshop or whatever photo editing program that you have. Anyone works, because what we're going to do is very simple. Okay, so here we're going to make a new project and make sure it's 500 by 500. Now once you're here, you can take your render and drag that out. Now we can add a background to it. You can take a screenshot or get it off of the internet. So from here, once you've dragged in your background, we can make a few adjustments, like just making it a bit more saturated. And as well, we can make it a bit more vibrant. Remember to put clipping masks so it only affects our character. And for the background, we can also make it a little bit more vibrant. We're actually going to go to filter. Then we're going to go to camera raw. And then from here, we're just going to up the vibrance. Just play around with it a little bit. And now you're done. You can upload this to Twitter, Instagram, Discord, literally whatever you want. And it looks really good. So if you guys enjoyed this tutorial, you can leave a like, subscribe, or do whatever you want. I upload 2 awesome videos every week, so go look out for those. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.